Welcome back to the channel. Today we will be talking about moving cells in Excel and spreadsheets. When we say we're moving cells in Excel, we're really talking about relocation. Not copying, not recreating, not typing the same thing again somewhere else. We mean taking information that already exists, maybe a number, a name, a date, a formula, or a whole block of data, and shifting it from one place to another so it now lives in a new location. And the important detail is this. When you move cells, Excel doesn't leave the original behind. It picks the content up, carries it across the worksheet, and sets it down somewhere else, clearing the old spot like it was never meant to be there in the first place. Now, why would we want to do that? Because spreadsheets are rarely born perfect. We build them, we change our minds, we discover a better layout, we realize a column should have been next to something else, or a section needs to be closer to the top where people will actually see it. Moving cells is one of those quiet, essential skills that keeps a worksheet organized and readable. It's how you turn a sheet that works into a sheet that communicates. You move cells when you're cleaning up a report, correcting a layout mistake, preparing data for sorting or filtering, making space for a new column, or arranging things so a pivot table or chart will behave nicely. In other words, you move cells because structure matters. And Excel rewards structure. Look at that last column. Notes. It's valuable, but it's not analytical. It's not something we usually total, chart, or pivot. It's commentary, operational context. And when commentary sits way off at the far right, it becomes easy to miss. So what we're going to do is relocate it to where it supports understanding, not where it gets ignored. We're going to move the entire notes column so it sits immediately after sales rep. That way, when someone scans the sheet, they see who handled the order and any special instructions in the same glance. It reads naturally, who, then context, then the product and the numbers. And this right here is the professional reason we move cells. We're not rearranging for decoration. We're improving the worksheet's logic, making it easier to read and doing it without breaking the structure, especially those total formulas that we absolutely want to keep working. So here's how we do it cleanly and safely without overwriting anything. First, click the letter at the top of the notes column so you select the entire column, header, and all the entries underneath it. Then, cut it. On Windows, you press Ctrl+X, and on a Mac, you press Command+X. You'll see that moving border around the column, like Excel is holding it in midair. Now, we want notes to appear right after sales rep. Sales rep is currently the fourth column in our table, so you click the column letter immediately to the right of sales rep, which right now is the product column. You're not clicking a single cell. You're clicking the column header at the top, so Excel understands you're inserting a full column into the structure. Then you right-click and choose Insert Cut Cells. And watch what happens. Excel doesn't overwrite product, it makes room. It shifts product, units, unit price, total, everything, one column to the right, and it drops notes into the new space. That's the controlled move. That's the move you use when the sheet matters. Now pause and appreciate the quiet win. The total column contains formulas. And because we move the column properly by cutting and inserting, your totals still calculate correctly. You didn't rebuild anything. You didn't rewrite formulas. You simply reorganized the worksheet and Excel respected the structure. And now, if you want a second demonstration right after that, here's another clean, logical move that teaches the same concept. Region is a major grouping field. It's one of the first things people filter by. And in many reporting layouts, it belongs right next to the date so the table reads like a story. When it happened, where it happened, who handled it, and then the details. So, you can move region to sit immediately after order date. To do that, you select the region column header, cut it, then you click the column header right after order date, right-click, and again, choose Insert Cut Cells. The table becomes more intuitive, and you've demonstrated that moving cells isn't just mechanical, it's editorial. You're shaping the sheet so it communicates. So that's moving cells in Excel. It's relocation with purpose. It's how you reshape a worksheet without rebuilding it. And once you understand that, you stop treating spreadsheets like static grids and start treating them like documents. Documents that should be as clear, as logical, and as easy to navigate as anything you'd hand to a decision maker. Now, sometimes we may realize we need space somewhere on the sheet that already has existing data. Let's look at an example. Click the blank cell in the top left corner of the sheet, right above row 1 and to the left of column A, to select the entire worksheet. Now, move your mouse to the edge of the highlighted selection until your cursor changes to the four-headed move arrow. Click and hold, then drag the whole selection to the right until the top left corner lines up with column G. When you release, the entire block shifts, so your data begins in G instead of A. We do this kind of move when we realize we need space on the left, maybe to add a title area, a summary section, slicers, filters, or a small dashboard. Instead of rebuilding the sheet, we simply relocate the whole table to make room for the extra information.